Mr. Mayor, friends and colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I regret not to be able to be there physically today, in one side because I will miss the opportunity to share with such qualified participants ideas in a subject of such relevance like the theme of the conference, and the other end because I love a tour, both as a city and for my past professional experience. I like to remember that ST Microelectronics has in Tour a very important technological presence. And I remember the great achievements that the team in Tour has done through the years by a constant innovation, generating leadership from a technological point of view in the products they produce, but also with innovative manufacturing and management solutions. My congratulations always to the colleagues in Tour. But going back to the subject of the conference, energy is for me a subject very close to my heart, both from a ideological point of view and also from my professional experience. From a point of view of general thinking, energy is extremely important because energy today is provided by fossil fuels in the large majority. And fossil fuels generate three major issues for humanity. One is pollution and global warming, which is a very tremendous form of a negative contribution of fossil fuels. The second reason is because they create geopolitical tensions and instabilities. And three, because they represent a kind of a tax to the economic development of the poorest countries. So I believe that we, the most advanced countries in the world and in general, humanity, must solve the challenge of energy. And this energy challenge will be solved when we will have available energy that is clean, abundant, and affordable. Well, I believe that this purpose we must work in several directions. 30 to 50 years from now, I believe that nuclear power will be the solutions. Nuclear in the form of a future generation of a nuclear power, either fusion or other form, other generation of nuclear power, not today generation, which is evolving. So I believe that mankind must continue to put efforts, developing countries must put efforts in research and developing new generations of nuclear power. But I repeat, for me this will be the ultimate solution 30 to 50 years from now. In the next 20 to 30 years, however, the main contributor to the solution of the energy challenge will be basically two kinds of solutions. One is energy conservation and energy efficiency, and two, renewable sources of energy. I believe that using those two means in the next 20 years we can achieve largely the objective of the European community to cut by 20% the CO2 emission, but also we can achieve the more challenging goals that countries like the UK or states like California have put and set for themselves to cut by 30% the CO2 emission by the year 2020. I believe it can be done. Now, when we speak of those two major elements, what can we do? In order to mention the power of energy efficiency, I will simply report my professional experience to avoid a long discussion. Well, in ST, when I was managing the company, and today continuing, the importance of environmental responsibility was very strong, and in particular, the energy conservation and energy efficiency. We put for ourselves in '93, when we launched this campaign, the goal to reduce energy consumption per unit of a product by 5% per year. Well, using 94 as baseline, from the period 95 to 2006, ST was able to achieve a 5.3% compounded yearly reduction of energy consumption per unit of production, so that in 2006 the energy consumption per unit of production was 47% less than what it was in 94, and in this process the company saved $630 million cumulative, sparing to the world the impact of a 250 megawatt power station. So it was a win-win situation. The company was winning, the environment was winning. I think this can be done by other companies have done, I think can be done in general by the society at large if there are proper mechanism of education and proper mechanism of putting incentive, putting education at work. As far as the renewable sources are concerned, well, I believe that the most abundant source readily available is the sun. Most of our renewable sources are coming from the sun, either in the form of biomass, in the form of wind, or in direct form of solar energy. To use an expression of Italian Nobel Prize Carlo Rubbia, if you take a country in the south of Italy, a region in the south of Italy like Sicily, well, in each square meters of Sicily every year rains 1 barrel of oil in terms of energy equivalent. So you can see the enormous quantity that we have. And of course, the sun is there for many hundreds of millions of years, and the energy from the sun is free. So we can and must harvest this energy. We must exploit this energy. There are many mechanisms, there are many efforts that have been done by industry, by research, by development. And in the convention that we are going to have, this will be a major subject. For example, fuel cell and hydrogen, themes of the convention, are key vehicles for this transformation, for this harvesting of the solar energy. Hydrogen is an ideal vehicle for storage and transportation, but of course it must be generated cheaply. And fuel cell are an ideal vehicle for generating energy in a clean way with high efficiency. Well, I believe that those things can be done, those things can be achieved, and I will not go in any technical detail, which of course is not the subject that I'm familiar with, but you are very familiar and capable of doing. I would like to pass another concept. My generation has been really a great contributor to society in generating wealth. During my generation, a lot of wealth has been created. Hundreds of millions of people gone out of poverty. But at the same time, we've created big imbalances in the world, and particularly we've created big dangers to the environment. Today, from the point of view of the environment, we are behaving like stealing to the future generation, to our children and grandchildren. We are abusing the world. We are abusing our planet, therefore creating a problem for our children and grandchildren. This is not right. We must solve this problem. We can do, we are able to do, there are the basic knowledge to do, it's question of putting this knowledge to work through technological advancement and through policy decisions. I believe that the job you are going to do today, tomorrow, in the coming years is a very important job, not only for the technological and industrial achievements you will have, but also for the fact that you are going to be a major contributor to a better world, to a better planet, to give a better quality of life to our children and to our grandchildren. Can be done and must be done. Thank you.